I was super short, number one.
Same.
So yeah, I was 4'11" as a freshman.
Oh, wasn't that short?
Yeah. What's your favorite Eddie Murphy movie? What's your favorite underrated Eddie Murphy movie?
Shrek.
That's not underrated, nigga, that's Shrek.
For my homies, specifically if a girl's cheating, I'm telling, because that's a little different. Oh, there's porn on Instagram now.
Is there? See, that's crazy. I didn't even know there was porn on Instagram. Is it any good? I figured it out. I'm not a good friend because I don't want to give you no money, nigga.
Would you date your homie's ex?
Actually date my homie's ex, his actual ex-girl? No. I smashed a whole bunch of... Welcome to the shop. I'm one of your hosts, Steelo, Brim.
I am Travis Taco Bennett. What is going on, people?
We just on here bullshitting this week, y'all.
Yeah, this week we decided to really just get to know us. I think a lot of the shop has been about guests. And with new hosts, I feel like you guys knew Bron, you knew Mav, you knew PR.
But do you know us?
You know, some people would know me, some people know Steelo, but I feel like this is a new audience to approach. Why I sound so fucking sad? I don't know why I sound so sad, but I'm saying this in like a good way.
It's a happy time.
Jesus Christ.
Get to know us.
I think I just be sounding sad as the happiest man I know, probably. I be sounding sad as fuck sometimes.
Yeah, is that on purpose? Is it your sexy voice? Because you told me you had like your face just smirked too when you said that. That's definitely your sexy voice.
It's a hoe voice.
Oh, it's a hoe voice.
Hoe voice.
Do it again.
I can't, not on command.
That nigga face changed though. It was like he about to lock the fuck in. He said,
Now I'm trying to think. Hold on.
I saw this thing online, like I was seeing a whole bunch of, I guess, white people in my algorithm in an uproar saying that they have to code switch at work. And part of me was like, damn, I didn't even know white people code switch, number one, to start. And then secondly, I was like, did they not realize we was code switching to not talk to them? Like now they out here code switching, it got a little interesting, but yeah. I try not to code switch too much, just because I feel like I owe it to myself and I owe it to the culture not to code switch just too much and not to like change my voice too much. I feel like, you know, I've had to code switch obviously in life to make it where I made it. You know, you be in all these white rooms and you feel like you might have to code switch a little bit, make them feel a little safe, you know what I mean? To make them connect with you in that way. But I also feel like I owe it to myself not to code switch too much. I say nigga in the room with white people all the time. I had a black friend come to me recently and say, man, you the first black person I ever met that was just like, say nigga in front of everybody and you don't give a fuck. And I'm like, and I dare them to say it too, nigga. I'm like, I will not, don't say nigga in front of me. Like, I'm okay with being who I am and how I talk in front of people. I don't want to change that. You know?
I get it. I think for me, I just want everybody to feel comfortable and I'm willing to like, come down to whatever level they are to make them feel comfortable until they're comfortable enough with me to be me. That makes sense?
That makes sense.
It's like meeting a child almost. You come down to their level to make them feel safe. It's like, hey, I'm at your level now. I'm not some overstanding thing. I'm not something that's so over the top. So I think I come down to someone's level and then from there we'll walk up the stairs together.
Yeah, but I feel like having to come down or assimilate to somebody else's culture, but making them feel comfortable. We don't always feel comfortable in spaces. For me to say I have to make you feel comfortable in this space, more than likely, if you make it into certain rooms, you don't feel comfortable because more than likely you're the only black person there. You're like, okay, I'm in this room now, I don't feel comfortable. Why should I then now have to then turn it on even more?
I think I do it because I wish somebody did it for me sometimes. If I was in a room that I felt uncomfortable in, I would love for somebody to kind of be like, what's up, man, you good? Like, it's almost like a thermostat. I'm just reading the temperature in the room and let me like do what's based on the temperature rather than like coming in hot or coming in cold and like fucking up the chemistry and the feng shui of the room and the chi or whatever. I also think I always like people to feel comfortable around me, and that's my goal. And so sometimes, somebody might not feel comfortable around you for a second because they don't know you at all, and you have to build that reputation or build that trust between you and somebody else, but I'm not gonna be like, I can't do it because I can't be in a room with motherfuckers, I can't be myself. I'm always gonna be myself.
Yeah.
I'm always gonna speak my mind and do the things that I would naturally do, but maybe I'll do it in a language that's a little more comfortable for somebody else.
Well, for me, it's like, okay, if you use that as an example, I feel like, you know, again, these things, I think the idea of code switching, I don't know if we code switch, for other ethnicities other than other races other than white people. We code switch for them to make them feel comfortable. I don't know if you do that for other cultures. I feel like that might come across kind of racist, but in my head it's like your teacher would want you to stop talking a certain way because she couldn't understand it. It's the same way as like you can be here in California and there may be a person that's like, hey, you're speaking Spanish, this is America. Don't talk that. You're like, you mad because you can't understand their language. You don't need to. Like, why do you need to understand exactly what they're talking about? And this was their land first, but beyond that, why do you need to talk about, you know what I mean? Like, so for me, it's like, don't be mad because you're not bilingual enough in that instance that you want everybody else to speak one language for you to be comfortable.
But I'm just speaking proper English all the time, no matter what. So
Yeah.
it's like, to me, it's like if we're both speaking English and I'm speaking
What's proper English? I mean, again, this still was all language that was given to us. Like
I'm just saying proper English. When I
Yeah.
say proper English, I just mean English in general. I'm not
Yeah.
saying like British English or grammar specific. I just mean English in
Yeah.
general. When I'm speaking English to somebody, I think that's the language. And then at that point, it's just about like, I don't know. I don't think about it like, let me not say this or not say that. Let me just say what is normal to me. I
Is
guess
a
I
dude in
don't
Atlanta not
overthink
speaking
it.
English?
Pardon?
Is a dude in Atlanta not speaking English?
I never said that.
No, I didn't say you did. I'm asking.
As far as like when I said proper English?
Yeah, so I'm-
I meant proper English is just English in general.
Okay, English.
I didn't mean it like, bro, my dad's Jamaican, he speaks patois. So like there's plenty of dialects if you want to break it down, but I just feel comfortable talking to anybody how I talk. That's another thing is like, I'm not gonna get to Atlanta and start saying like, oh yeah, shouting no cap, oh this, No, I'm still gonna talk like I'm from where I'm from and how I grew up. I think that's another thing is like, to me, vocabulary was a geographical thing.
Mm-hmm.
So like people in New York would say sun and this and that, and people in Atlanta would say cap, and niggas in LA would say weirdo.
I feel like it was funny as a dude from Chicago and not knowing everything about LA before I got here, but whenever I used to like see an LA movie or see LA culture, I feel like y'all do talk proper English.
Yeah.
Like your like dialect is something that's like
Us, Detroit, Pittsburgh.
Mark so is like you're like really saying mark, like you're saying it so proper, like everything could be
Buster.
Yeah, Buster is like you're so proper with how you banging on me. I shouldn't like
yeah, I think that's just how we've grown up to speak. And so yeah, the only other cities I'd say have a similar dialect to us would be Detroit and Pittsburgh, because when I got around Pittsburgh people, they spoke similar to us. They say time, and I always said that when I was younger, and I like had to change that because I felt like I sounded like I was from the South, and I'm not from the South, but that's how LA people sound.
Yeah. I mean, I got words. I mean, I definitely say car. What kind of car you got?
Car?
Yeah, like what kind of car you got? Kind of car you drive? Yeah.
What kind
That's
of
like
car?
kind of Boston, Chicago.
Car. Yeah, I would say car.
Yeah, you would say car. So maybe that's what it is too.
Park.
Maybe you feel like
How'd
maybe
you say
with
park?
And park? What do you mean park? I feel like
we say park.
park. Okay, I mean
Pork, the core.
like y'all really pronunciate everything. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe you feel like that's not even code switching. And then again, I told you this recently. I didn't even know California was only 8% black. I think
I didn't know
because living in Chicago and then just thinking in general, like you're around the community that you're around, so you see what you see. So I think in my head, watching black movies from LA and then getting out here and being around black people, you don't feel the 8%. You don't think to yourself it's only 8% black here. So, but that could have something to do with the way people speak out here too.
Yeah,
It could. I'm not saying it does. It could.
I grew up in skate culture, so for me it was like,
Which is white culture.
yeah, for sure. But it created this like, it took down a wall. Mm-hmm. There was there wasn't much race in it. There was always just like, we skateboarded, that was it. In hoops, it was like, you got a white kid on the court, it's like, that's a white boy on the court. In skating, it was just everybody skated. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know skate culture enough. I got around it later on, obviously through Rob and through those guys, but
Black skaters weren't treated as black skaters, while a white basketball player was treated as like a white basketball player. Does that make sense?
yeah,
Like if it was a 5-on-5 game, they had a white boy on the team, you're like, I got him because it's gonna be easy mentally,
yeah,
right?
it's still an individual sport though versus a team sport.
True, but even then, the idea of like the skill level was a race thing to us.
Yeah, I think I didn't know I didn't know the skateboarding culture. I didn't know any black skaters like that. Then I heard of a couple. When I think about skateboarding culture, I still think it's probably like a handful of black dudes who actually made it as skaters,
For sure.
professional skaters. So I don't know if I look at it and I'm like, I don't see race. I'm like, I look at it and I see all white and I see 5 black dudes. That's how I look at it. As the outside looking in. I'm saying I knew TK. I think we named these people before. TK, and it was Stevie Williams. I think Kareem, Tyshawn.
Nakel.
And I feel like that we're getting close to the end. I feel like we're getting too close to the end right there.
You're not too wrong. I get what you're saying.
But I do get what you're saying too, how you didn't feel that, because I do think I thought to myself, this is a definitively white culture. Then I moved to LA and I saw black dudes and dudes who I knew. I feel like it's like hooping. Everybody did it. Whether or not you made it to a certain level or you were really good, everybody in California, they skateboarded at some point.
Yeah.
They grabbed the board and dropped it at some point.
The weather let us do that.
Yeah,
I learned that's another thing is like the weather in LA really granted us the ability to do so many things all the time. Playing basketball outside all the time, football outside all the time.
Baseball.
All of it. We never had snow.
Yeah, I know.
We had snow one time in like Gardena and we took off from school to go see it.
Oh my God. That's crazy. Yeah, in public schools, we ain't never really had snow days, but we had a lot of snow. They would never let us take off though.
When it rained in LA, we would all sit in the library and watch a movie.
That's crazy.
Because our school was mainly outside.
Man, that was like, to me, that was crazy as a kid, watching y'all movies and being like, why they lock us outside? That was like a mind fuck to me. It was like, why they outside with they lock? It's not real. And y'all had more bullies too in movies. Y'all did traditional bullying in movies.
Yeah, because we could.
They did. They just, old school, grab your collar and just give you a couple of those.
In high school, there was kids who tried to bully me because I was funnier than them. And there was this whole like stigma about being like the class clown in high school.
Yeah.
And I wasn't the class clown. I just was like, I was good at it. I was good at talking shit.
You were the class clown.
A little bit.
I was a class clown too, but I knew it was a bad title to have.
Yeah, I never got
I'm not the class clown.
No, I used to do like stupid shit, like, I don't know, like fart and look around and be like, who did it? Like obvious as fuck.
Okay.
You know, that was my game.
Yeah.
Outside of that,
Classics.
Yeah, really just
the good old classic jokes. You know, what are you gonna do about those? Part and look around.
I just realized white people just need something to struggle about sometimes, and
I agree with that.
And I understand because you got to look around and everybody else got something to fight for. They're like, coach, what's your work? Like, we need something to stand on.
I was saying that earlier. I was like, I think people in general just want you to know that life is hard. That's what everyone is trying to get through to people, is that life isn't so easy for any of us. And I think we agree, but yes, I do think sometimes, you put together struggles because you're like, well, nobody respects our struggle.
I think
no one's respecting this. My rent's due.
People need something to feel a part of also on top of that. So like, if the common conversation is about a struggle, they're gonna find something to struggle about.
Yeah, and they're probably struggling. It's probably just not the same struggle. That's what it is. It's not that you aren't struggling. I mean, when you think about even the idea of welfare, I think it's like 83% white, 80% white. It's like people are obviously struggling. Everyone's struggling. It's just about, trying to, it's the connectivity. It's want to be a part of community. I don't know if, it's culture as well too, right? When we throw that word around a lot, but I think that's what a lot of times people want to feel like they have culture or community, and not all of us do.
What is white culture though?
Yeah, okay. You already knew where I was headed.
You're about to go somewhere so crazy, but
I was like school shootings. But I was gonna kick it off and say school shootings. I was like school shootings. You know all the stuff they do.
I meant like at home. Like, what is the household like for us?
It's black culture. What do you mean?
Yeah, I just don't know what their version of that is. I guess I could guess some things, pastimes and stuff, but
I want to hear you get now. I gotta hear you guess the pastime. Shit.
Throwing the baseball out.
Throwing the baseball. The baseball is definitely one of their things, man. Take more pride in that.
Making apple pies and having them sit on the.
I watched Life last night, nigga.
What is that?
You ain't Life, the movie? There was a pie on the windowsill in which it was the first scene actually when Martin and them went to try to buy pie. It was an all white place. They said you can't buy pie here. And Martin said, Eddie Murphy said, make one of these white pies into nigga pies. Real quick, he wanted to try one of them. They wouldn't let him. They kicked him out cool. But then later on, as they got locked up, he just craved and wanted that pie so bad that he could not have. So there was a pie on the windowsill. He ended up risking his freedom For that pod, I guess he was already locked up, so it was no freedom.
Wasn't
But
worth it.
for that pod, yeah. That's crazy you haven't seen Life, though.
I don't remember it. Yeah,
Have you seen, what, Eddie Murphy, are you an Eddie Murphy fan? Mm-hmm. Okay. What's your favorite Eddie Murphy movie? What's your favorite underrated Eddie Murphy movie?
Shrek.
That's not underrated, nigga, that's Shrek.
Well, first you said movie, but then you said underrated.
Oh,
So
yeah.
underrated, I don't think he really has an underrated movie that I would.
He got underrated movies.
Like my favorite movie by him is Boomerang.
Boomerang's great.
Shrek and Boomerang are my.
Boomerang's kind of underrated, I would say.
To who?
To the masses, I say to us, we love it.
That was the first movie with drums and like or rhythmic in cutscenes or some shit.
Okay.
I can't remember what it was.
You be knowing like a lot
exactly.
of random Snapple facts and shit. I don't know what they
Snapple
get
ass
us.
nigga, man.
Yeah, I like it.
I
Respect.
retain information like that.
Me too. It's ADHD for sure. I mean, I love Eddie. I mean, my brother loved Norbit. I didn't love Norbit growing up, but
Watch Norbit again.
no, it's good. It's funny. It's funny.
Watch
it
it
wasn't my
again.
favorite. Vampire in Brooklyn. You watched that? No, you never seen that? That's underrated. It's funny.
I didn't see a lot of shit, I realized. Because my parents didn't let me watch anything that was like PG-13 or R-rated for a long time.
Okay.
I just sneak and watch it.
What? Like why? Was it? It wasn't religious.
No,
it's just
they
like
just
them.
were, that's not available to you yet. You're not old enough to see
I respect that though.
And
But does it feel like that made you like jump into shit earlier though? Did you feel like you were like sheltered too much, which made you like
No, they gave me a lot of room.
get out?
It just was like certain things that they could control. Like I wasn't allowed to play Grand Theft Auto for a long time.
That's good too. I get that.
And I understand it looking back.
Grand Theft
Rap
Auto's pretty
music.
wild. It's pretty
I
wild.
wasn't allowed to listen to profanity in rap music.
Okay.
I understand that as well.
Okay, you understand that.
I wouldn't, now I probably wouldn't let my kid listen to profanity in music until they were a certain age.
Damn, what age? Because I got, Zane hears some profanity. Because sometimes certain
Probably
records
11.
don't have edited.
Probably 11.
11, okay, he's 9.
Because I feel like at 11, you get to school, you're in middle school, that's when you're like, you could do it. That's where, I don't want to say adulthood starts, but 11, 6th, 7th, 8th grade is where you like figuring yourself out for real.
Yeah.
And you're testing what you can do and what you want to do.
I feel like he loved Not Like Us. He loved Kendrick. I think Kendrick had a couple records that didn't have edited versions.
Yeah, Euphoria, I doubt, has an edited version, but who knows?
I don't think he listened to Euphoria. That's pretty, he's 9. It's more of like the commercial hits, I guess.
Not Like Us is crazy for a child.
Is it?
Do they cut out A minor or no?
Well, it's teaching you how to stay away from people though too. It's teaching you stranger danger. That's a good record, nigga. It's a good record. I think my son, I mean,
You're ridiculous.
I thought it was crazy. No, I do think it's crazy the kids were singing A minor like insanely in a couple videos, and I was like, damn, this is crazy.
What do you think about social media being banned for kids under 15 in other countries, but not here?
Well, I think other countries are always ahead of us in certain ways. I think it's great. I mean, I think they've proven that social media has a negative effect on your brain. They say, I think up until 13 is when you should start your child, I think, or allow them to use social media.
When did you get a cell phone?
When I get a cell phone.
Obviously, cell phones were way different when we were kids, but
Yeah, it was way different. You couldn't just search the internet, and if you was using a lot of data trying to search some shit. He was using a lot of money to search some porn. I got a cell phone. I bought my own cell phone, but I got my first cell phone my freshman year of high school. I bought myself a cell phone. It was still like way different. It was a Sony Ericsson that had a attachable camera on the bottom. That sound old as hell, huh? I sound old as hell.
My first phone didn't have a camera. I had a Nokia as the first phone. My grandpa had died, so I took his phone.
Yeah.
That was it.
Snake.
Snake and 2 contacts were my mom and my grandma. That was
That's all you need right there. That's all you need.
Nigga had nobody else in it.
Yeah, free nights and weekends was a thing. Respect that. But no, I mean, I think that I try to make sure Zane can't be on social media at 9 years old. He has a page, but he doesn't control his page, doesn't run his page, doesn't.
You don't think that's strange?
His mom did it. She runs the page. She just posts stuff. I think it's for maybe his family members.
But it's private or public?
It's private.
Okay, well, that's
It's
fine.
private, but you can follow it. It was private when it started. I don't know if it's still private.
I think my thing with kids on social media specifically is like you're giving, like I wouldn't post my kid on social media until they're probably like 11.
11.
And I think because it's like you're creating an online presence for somebody who's attached to you no matter what, but it's like, what's the point of giving that kid an online presence now? Kids, let them be kids.
I agree.
Am I crazy?
I think that I agree with you. I do think that, like, obviously, as time continues to go on and all this stuff is evolving, the idea of a child has changed too, right? They are kids. Let them be kids. But then we were talking about, like, you're giving a tablet to a child at 4 or 3 or 5 and saying, oh, I'm gonna let you watch this YouTube show, Miss Rachel. Like, you're still introducing them to the idea of using a tablet, then which evolves to the idea of, oh, I want to get us a phone now. Like, you know, and then Zane goes to a private school while these kids got money and shit. So it's really hard, you know,
to control
that when you know the other kids in your class have a cell phone already. And I'm like, you're not getting a cell phone until you're like 13. And he's like, what? They have cell phones? And I'm like, yeah, you don't need a cell phone. What do you need a cell phone for? But then there's a side of it, you're like, but if something was happening, I do want you to be able to call me.
So he does not have a cell phone?
He does not have a cell phone right now, no.
So if he was at his home, like if he, I don't know where he would go.
He not going nowhere.
Yeah, you're not going nowhere without a chaperone.
You know what I mean? Like,
that nigga sound like he is locked away.
No, I'm just saying that from, like, you know, the idea, even like when we have the fun house, people love to, the kids want to come over. Y'all know the kids can come over here. I don't trust Zane going everywhere though. I don't know, you don't know people. People are weird. People do all type of stuff. So I don't want you going to somebody else's house. I gotta meet. I'm old school with that, like that. My parents had to meet your parents. They had to, like, then kick it with your parents. It wasn't even just meet. Let me kick it with your parents for a few, and then they might still let you know, like, no, you're not at the house. You didn't understand it. You'd be like, okay, I don't know what happened there. That meetup didn't go well, huh?
Bro.
I can't stay here, apparently.
I used to not be able to sleep at people's houses.
No, ever. I only sleep at my family's house.
By the way, not because I wasn't allowed to. I would go to somebody's house and my dad would be like, yo, if he leaves his bag by the door, don't worry. He's gonna call me, he's gonna say his stomach hurts.
Oh, man.
And in the middle of the night, I'd be like, my stomach hurt. I need to go home.
What was that about?
My dad, he was just like, he would be ready to pick me up. I was homesick.
Yeah, just homesick, yeah.
Bro, I could not sleep outside the house as a kid.
I think that's the cutest thing, though. I had a kid over who was one of Zane's, like, best friends on his team. And he came over maybe like 2 weeks ago, and he normally comes over with his big brother, who's like 11, and they stay together the whole time. Way different than the first time you stay by yourself, and he's 9.
I gotta get out.
He just started boo-hooing crazy, and we're trying to figure out what's going on. He couldn't even identify what was really going on. And we're like, he's just homesick. And then we called his parents, was like, hey, you might have to come get him. They come get him, and I was like, it's so cute, it's so adorable. Like,
I wouldn't cry. I would just be like, my stomach hurts. I can't do what I need to do here. You don't have the facilities to fix me right now, shorty. I need to go see my mom and my dad immediately. And so what would end up happening is they would end up coming to sleep in my house.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, yeah.
It all worked out.
It does work out. Yeah, it works out that way.
But now I'm like, fuck, I don't have obviously kids yet, but.
You got on social media what? You were on social media, I mean, I was on MySpace and stuff, but I feel like, again, that's still way different than like how social media
is now?
Yeah, it is now.
I got on MySpace, my first MySpace I made, I think at 10 or 11. Fuck. 11.
MySpace?
I made my first MySpace at 11.
Damn.
Facebook, I got it 13, 14, and then Instagram, I got it 15.
Shout out to MySpace. They used to have us out here coding and shit as a little kid. I used to swear to God I was going somewhere on MySpace, boy.
You had to make your background.
Yeah,
I got on Instagram and Twitter I got on Twitter at 15, Instagram at 16. And Instagram is a lot different than what it is now because the algorithm wasn't an algorithm, it was just based on time of post.
Yeah.
So you're spending less time on it, and now it's like, bro, it's like watching TV when you travel. You can watch anything on Instagram.
Yeah.
I think that's the problem, is what we've turned it into is not what we intended it to be. Yeah. So now you have this thing that's its own machine, and that's what's, I think, attacking kids' brains. While like Instagram before was like, yeah, it was likes and a popular page and all that shit, but it was like, the algorithm wasn't against you or working with you. Now it's, you gotta post at a certain time, or you need to post videos you talking. And I don't personally have it to like subscribe to the algorithm and do what it needs me to do. And
then even beyond that, I feel like 2 years ago, I don't know if it's actually 2 years, but like Instagram kind of changed the algorithm a lot too.
Ass and titties, brother.
That's what I'm saying. Like it was never that. Like I feel like,
no matter who you follow,
man,
you're some ass.
That's what's a little scary about it now, because you feel like you watch the switch. Twitter was kind of always this world, Wild Wild West, of like people go there for porn and all type of stuff. They're like, you go on Twitter, you can see anything. But Instagram felt a little bit more like it had some respect there, some integrity. You were like, okay. And in the past, like I feel like year, they just try to throw you so much bullshit.
There's porn on Instagram now.
Is there? See, that's crazy. I didn't even know there was porn on Instagram. Is it any good?
I want you guys to know that sounds crazy, like I've been looking for it on Instagram.
Yeah.
But what it is I've just
How did it find you?
It found me. Nah, they just can't control it that much. The same way they can't control YouTube. YouTube has porn on it too. There's no way to control it anymore. The things have gotten too big.
That's crazy. I feel like if I saw porn on Instagram, I would feel like I was in the wrong. Like I'm on the wrong algorithm if I see porn on Instagram.
It's
or
not
on
the
YouTube.
algorithm. It's just about like.
I haven't seen no porn though. I mean.
You haven't seen a titty on Instagram yet?
Maybe in a fight.
Maybe what you're referring to.
Maybe like a titty got pulled out during a fight. Like
maybe what you're referring to in porn, what I'm referring to in porn are different. What I'm saying is like naked girls.
I have not seen any naked girls on Instagram.
Oh, brother.
I've seen no naked girls on. It might be because I'm married.
Now, because I'm married and my algorithm, brother, my algorithm is all like.
I swear to God, I wouldn't even lie about this. I wouldn't even lie about this.
Gadgets,
if I was
cameras.
seeing titties on Instagram, I would proudly say I'm seeing titties on Instagram. I just don't see titties on Instagram. I don't see titties on Instagram or. I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing wrong, but you know.
America.
Maybe you can help me. I don't know.
America, this nigga trying to get me in trouble at home.
I swear to God, I am not. I got off.
My algorithm?
Well, I also got.
No boobies.
I got
no
off.
booties.
I got off Twitter though too. As soon as Elon bought Twitter, I got off of it. Like I'm a dude that be trying to stay away from certain shit because I feel like obviously, you know. You consume too much of it, you become it. I don't want to. I mean, titties. I don't know if you're gonna become titties, but you know, for me, it's like if you're just watching fights all day, part of me is like, damn, they won. CIA won again. They got my ass down. I'm supposed to be one of the leaders. I'm on this bitch watching fights all day. This is crazy.
I think Twitter for me, the best thing I like about Twitter is the conversations. I read a recent article about the dead internet, I think is what it's called.
Okay.
And a lot of things on the internet aren't real people, they're just bots.
Yeah.
So at that point, I do see things now and I can tell what's a bot and what isn't based on what they said and how they're discussing it. I'm like, oh, this here is formed for me to like be upset about or argue about to get more interactions. But then I see those things now and I'm like, okay, good try. But I don't know if it's gonna change anytime soon. I feel like we're kind of stuck in this situation for a second. And I think, I told you this earlier, a lot of my friends are off Instagram now. And you were like, that's a rich thing to do. It could
I didn't say off Instagram in general was a rich thing. I think you said that they were trying to get phones that didn't, I guess, access to any social media. That's what I was saying, yeah.
I don't know if that's a rich thing or like a more like in tune to grounded person. Who knows?
Yeah.
There's an article also about like, is being anti-tech the closer thing to God? Because like nature and whatever. There's all these dumb things I hear.
No, I don't disagree with you. I don't think that I think the reason I said that was a rich thing to do was because sometimes, a lot of times when people are working all day for these companies and corporations, all they have to escape is their phone in that moment and to have a moment to breathe and say, I'm just spending what it seems like senseless scrolling, but you're like, yeah, I've been working for 10 hours at this job straight. You know, that's all I got. Maybe I ain't got time to go feel as grounded. So the idea of being like, I can be disconnected from these things, to me, that is a privilege. It's not a bad privilege. It's a great privilege to have.
I agree.
All right, cool. Love it.
I had no argument back.
Are you on Threads? Threads is like the line, I ain't gonna lie, like as much as I was like, I'm getting off Twitter because Elon's gonna mess it up, and I went to Threads. Them niggas is prudes over there, bro. I be trying to have a good time, and sometimes Threads be writing me and be like, you can't say that. I be like, okay, I didn't know these motherfuckers police everything over here. This is crazy.
Yeah, I never got onto Threads like that. I think I made 1 or 2 thread posts just based, I don't know, just out of boredom, but I didn't expect anything from it. And
really?
I think Instagram has stolen everything from everybody else. Snapchat, Facebook, now Twitter.
People took stuff from Instagram though, the whole time too.
True, I won't discount that, but I think they're the same as Apple, is like creating this one-stop shop for everything to work. Think about it, they didn't have a shop, now TikTok has a shop, now you can buy things on Instagram. I haven't bought anything on Instagram or on TikTok because I'm in fear that is all bullshit. Yeah. It's all like, oh, you're just scamming me. Like, it's like when you go to a kiosk at a mall and they sell that video game that has all the video games on it, you get it home and it don't work for no reason. You're like,
why would I believe that?
Yeah, why would I, no returns?
Yeah.
Interesting. That doesn't make any fucking sense.
Yeah. No, I'm trying to think. I mean, I feel like for me, TikTok, I feel like they're selling stuff everywhere we look though. I don't know if I have a problem with it. I do like think about the idea of that every single person is an influencer now.
Or tries to be.
I know, that's what I'm saying, but like you have kids saying that's their dream jobs and the careers they want to choose, but then beyond that, when you're on socials, you feel like a person that doesn't even have reach is selling you something. You're like, damn, he got 70 likes on this and he is trying to sell me the fuck out of this. This is crazy. That's a crazy place for us to be in the world. Like you can't trust anything there.
Yeah, everything is an ad. Yeah, I learned that like, watching somebody post something, usually you could tell like, okay, brother, like we get it's a paid post. And at that point, you just treat it as that and understand that there's a check on the other side of that person telling you that they like something that they don't really enjoy.
I don't know if most people look at it that way though. Well, I think
most people do now. I think people all know what a paid post is and understand like, oh, it's a paid post. That's why they don't get as many interactions or likes or comments, because people know it's gonna just brush by it. It's like an advertisement on Instagram. If I'm going through a famous person's Instagram and there's a post about some health benefit thing they're doing, excuse me, sir, get the fuck out of my way and continue on to whatever life you're posting.
See, in my head, I feel like because we're in like this box or in this ecosystem, like the industry, we're able to see some things very clearly and say that's not real, or this thing. Like it's even like I used to watch like reality TV in a way, and you'd be like, as a person who has worked on reality TV, like it's not real, okay, it's fake. Like when I'm looking at like posts, we're able to say this, like that's not real, this is fake, or you're just selling me something. I don't know if I feel like everybody else, I feel like my cousin definitely somewhere right now buying some shit and they believe, and they 100% believe.
I think the customers have gotten smarter, consumers have gotten smarter, so now they know what's what. I think most. I think we're at like a 60-40 split right now as far as like customers being aware of what the situation, what they're being sold, and some buy into what they're being sold, understanding what they're being sold. You know what I mean? But you got to think like all Instagram is, all social media is now has become an aspirational thing as to what you can achieve rather than what it was before of just sharing your life.
Yeah.
Now it's about sharing the perfect life. So that's why somebody is perfectly curated everything on their Instagram. That's why they're deleting old pictures because they're like, that is not what I look like, or that's not what I represent. All these things to make this perfect life, which I think is the complete opposite idea of what social media is.
What it used to be, for sure.
But I think that's what we should need to get back to. And some people try to do that. It's just the issue is like,
it doesn't work. The algorithm doesn't support it. It doesn't.
Yeah.
It doesn't reward it at all. It's like, we don't. That regular thing. Yeah. Again, I feel like even myself being one of the people, like you ask about other people selling stuff at all times, I feel like even when I'm on, I don't like social media. I don't want to use social media. When I get on there, I feel like I'm always promoting something. It feels crazy. I don't want to promote stuff as the only time I talk to you. That feels like I'm no better than the next person just trying to sell you something.
Yeah, I get it. I'm not trying to sell shit. Sometimes, obviously, there's a check involved. I'm selling the fuck out of it. But for the most part, it's just like, let me show you some cool shit.
Yeah.
Let me put you on to some shit.
But it should be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that's what I feel like. You know what I think the world lacks now is big homies.
Big homies?
When I was younger, my big homies were who I impressed and tried to impress and who I learned the most from. And I think now you have kids that elect these random people that they don't really know as their big homies. So like for some kid, Kai Cenat's their big homie.
Yeah.
Because they get to watch him live his everyday life. They get to see him stream. They get to see him achieve and from what he started to where he is now. But I think the realistic version of that is like they don't have real people around them that are those big homies.
Did we have, like, I mean, I know that we would call people big homies, you had big homies around the hood and shit, but like, did you feel like they were like actually good big homies? Did you feel like
I felt like I had good big homies,
Cool.
so I'll speak for myself.
Yeah.
Like I had a big homie named Dane who was a skater. He was the one who like showed me how to distress my jeans.
Yeah.
And he was the one who was like, you gotta tie your Vans like this. You can't tie your Vans all the way up. That's some weird shit.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right, so I tied to the fourth.
Yeah.
Shit like that is just like the same way that you have like an older brother or something. I had those dudes, or I had like T-Lionel and Jasper also who were like.
But those are positive, like they're still positive people. I think.
I had some definitely.
I'm about to say in my head, I'm about to say growing up, the people be like, oh, he the big homie, or he OG. You feel like they weren't doing great shit when you look back on it. You like, big homie was doing some bullshit in the neighborhood.
Stunna, if you're out there, I have not seen you in probably 20 years. It's a big homie of mine named Stunna who was a weed dealer.
Okay.
Stunna used to just be the coolest nigga I ever saw. I thought he was the coolest nigga on earth. He was a weed man, but I don't know, as an adult, that nigga was
he still had a job. That was not, a weed man's a job, you know.
He sell weed in a bag of chips. You go to buy a bag of, he'd have a bag of chips and he'd have weed inside of it and you leave money and take your weed and walk away. I never bought weed from him. He was my big homie, so I just watched him do it. But to understand that as a kid, I thought it was so cool.
Yeah, no, I mean, that sounds cool. Again, I think I'm thinking about like, sometimes when you'll see the group of people together, or I'm probably thinking about rap culture too, you'll see somebody and they all looking up to this big homie, and you feel like that person's leading all these niggas in the wrong direction, actually. Like, I'm just saying, so like step the big homie.
I get what you're saying.
You know what I mean? You step niggas big homie, you be like, what they do to really become the big homie? Like, I look at it.
They were just older than me.
Yeah.
I was the
that
youngest of
works
a
too.
bunch. I think that's really what it was.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think I learned how to deal with them. Not deal with them, but how they could like tell me to do something that my mom would tell me to do, and I'd be like against it a little bit.
Yeah.
Like if my mom needed to get to me, she would tell them to talk to me. You know what I mean?
Or, yeah.
If I was getting in trouble at school, she wouldn't. If she told me, I'm like, okay, I get it, blah, blah, blah. If my big homie's like, dang, you get in trouble at school? That's not tight. I'd be like, that isn't tight. You're right, big homie.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
you're right, big homie. That's
That
hilarious.
isn't tight.
See, I had two big brothers and a big sister. I'm the baby. So
I just
to
had my
me,
big sister.
I had three big homies somewhat. My sister and all of them, but the dudes in the neighborhood, like I knew they wasn't gonna do shit. They my boys still to this day, but I knew that we had different ideas and goals. So for me to look at them as you probably only my big homie in the moment where I honestly, we in some shit. I might need you, big homie. But other than that, I'm probably not looking to you for anything else. Like just cause, I think they knew that though too. I think part of them didn't even want to like collude our shit with like, with the idea of the street life. You know what I'm saying? Me and my brothers all hooped and stuff. So if anything, they try to protect us and be like, y'all just keep hooping.
They definitely pushed me aside of stupid shit because they knew I wasn't about it.
Yeah,
They'd
that's
be
what I'm
like,
saying,
what are
yeah.
you doing, bro?
Yeah,
and I
yeah.
also was so young compared to them. They were all, my older homies were all born in 89 to like 85, 84. So
Damn,
they were
niggas
like,
just gonna say my fucking age bracket. That's crazy. Nigga, I was born in '88, y'all. Just in case y'all wondering. There you
so
go.
all my big homies around your age, so to
Yeah.
be around them when they were in high school and I was in elementary school was a little different because
Yeah.
you're just learning lessons through them, or like they're talking to girls and you're watching them fail or succeed and you're like, well, that's what I need to do or that's what I shouldn't do.
Yeah.
You know?
I'm trying to think if I'm anybody big homie, I don't even be liking that pressure. I was just saying earlier, I don't even think I'm a great friend like that.
Why?
I think I'm a decent person. I don't
Wait,
think
let me ask you this. What is a friend to you?
To me, like a person that's a friend
What
to
does
me.
a friend mean? What is the definition of friendship?
Probably being there as much as you can. Probably like, I definitely look out for people in time of need. I think I'm more of a financial friend, which kind of sucks, but I'm not the friend that you necessarily like.
Call and talk to?
Yeah, confide in a way. And it's not that I don't care. I do care, but I feel like, I don't know if I'm like, I don't know. We all trying to figure this shit out every day. I don't want the pressure of giving you advice or the proper advice. And like, I can give you advice. I'm not saying I can't be that friend, but I don't know if I show up in that way. I think I'm too busy and I work too much. And then there's a side of me that I don't like saying this all the time, but it's interesting sometimes when you come from the hood or you come from an environment or a group of people and you're the only person with money, it plays a part too. Whereas the more relationships you're growing and gaining and stuff and people are confiding in you, the easier it becomes for more favors and more things. And if you're the only person around with those means, there's a lot of favors you end up signing up. You're like, everything falls on me.
Well, then I think that's about boundaries. Like if you have a friend who asks you for money all the time, you're just like, at a certain point, I don't let friends borrow money.
No, they don't ask me because I don't even open myself up as a friend. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying I figured it out. I'm not a good friend because I don't want to give you no money, nigga.
I only let blood borrow money. That's
Okay.
a rule I set for myself.
And is it borrowing or you just give it to them?
It depends on how they approach me about it.
Okay.
But like for the most part, if my mom or dad need anything, like if they're
Yeah.
like, can you take care of this? Can you take care of that? Whatever, that's not a big thing.
Yeah.
But if it's like, I don't know, if I had a cousin ask me for like $3,000 for some business he's about to start, nigga, I'm gonna need that money back.
Not me.
But the reason I'm gonna need that money back is because you're starting a business.
Mm-hmm.
At that point, what lesson am I giving you if I just give you free money for you to fuck off?
Yeah.
That's really what it's about. It's like establishing like the boundary of like, this is a business thing or this is you need to borrow, this is some money to give you on some shit.
Yeah.
You know?
I won't even, if I give you money, you can tell me that it's you borrowing or a loan, I don't believe you to start. If I've made a decision that I'm giving you money, I've given you money.
Valid.
And then from there, like if you were to give me the money back, man, that is fucking commendable. I look at you like you the realest nigga to ever exist. Like you gave me money back. That's crazy. Like 'cause I gave you the money and if I'm being real with you, this is fucked up. I may give you money money knowing you ain't gonna give it back, but it's the only way I can end this friendship too. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna give you money because I know you ain't giving me this shit back, but guess what? I ain't gotta talk to you no more, so it's easy for me.
But that's the thing. That's why I don't let friends borrow money. Is because, I wouldn't even say certain friends. It's just because it's like, then at that point, the relationship is just weird. Then if it doesn't work out and you don't give me my money back, then I'm always just gonna think about that in the back of my head. If I'm betting with somebody, like if I bet you like, I don't know, $200 that I can jump and touch something, you couldn't do it, and whatever, you owe me the $200, then yeah, we're good. Like
I want that money.
Yeah, valid.
No, I'm saying if I bet you, that's different.
But I'll make jokes about that. I'm not gonna make jokes about you borrowing money. But I'll be like, if we're out and you eating something, like, man, that look like $200 worth of food right there, my boy. What you got?
Damn.
You know, shit like that.
I want long shit from you, definitely. I can't be eating peace, nigga, then.
No, that's if we gamble.
Yeah, oh, you said we gamble.
I only gamble on things that I can actually do. I don't gamble on, like, somebody else's.
Me either.
I don't gamble on shooting basketballs and throwing footballs.
I gotta shoot. I'm not gambling on you shooting. Pause. Yeah, I agree. No, if I give out money, it's yours. I try to only give, not try to only give money to family, but I give money to family for sure. I never even think to myself, they gonna give it back. I just be like, that's my family. I guess I'm just giving you money.
I think sometimes, yeah, I borrowed money from my parents when I was younger. That's, I think, a normal thing to do.
See, I didn't.
All right.
I did a movie when I was 12, and I was like, I had money. Randomly, I'm not saying I did, but I did a movie when I was 12 years old, and they make it where you do movies.
Coogan account.
Well, yes. So I couldn't touch that money until I was 18 years old, so I had money when I went to my freshman year of college. I only did that for a year, and I moved out here for a year. This is all with my money. When I was on a full ride in college, and I told my parents they could not tell me I wasn't going back my second year because I paid for it. I'm on a full ride, and you ain't never give me the money to eat. So you can't tell me that I wasted your money at college. If I'm done, I'm done. So I bounced out here and decided I'm out here now. So yeah, for me it was like interesting because I was the person that I bought my parents some vehicles already before I turned 18 and different stuff. I was already like contributing in that way. And then when I got out here, I wasn't on immediately. We don't have nothing for me to reach back and get money from them in that way and be like, oh, I gotta get money from them in this way. So I never to me that was never our relationship. And I don't know if I really had a person I can get money from actually, now I think about it.
My parents,
I think I'm the only person that fucking with money in my fucking existence. This is crazy.
My parents, I think, just knew if they knew if I was asking for it, I really needed it.
Yeah.
When I was younger. Now as an adult, it's like, I'd be irresponsible to ask them for money. I feel like I'm 32 years old. I own a house. What the fuck do I need to borrow your money for? You know, I feel like that's kind of like backwards.
How were you, I mean, as we getting to know each other some more on this show, how were you as a child, so to speak? Like, were you super obedient? Were you super like, you know, like, were you like, you know, straight and narrow, or were you more like on that bullshit a little bit?
I was on bullshit a little bit, but I never got in trouble for it. Like, I was like Ferris Bueller, truly, like, doing everything I wanted to do and being like the most like fun guy to be around. Like, all the parents loved me, the teachers were like, Travis, that's our favorite student.
Oh, really?
But there was definitely a kid in class who was like, that nigga's evil.
What did you feel like you were doing that you were like, oh, I'm getting away with this? Like,
my parents instilled sticks and stone may break our bones, so I also grew up around so many older people, so my jokes were a little tougher than most. Mm-hmm. So the jokes I would make would be a little mean, and I think at a certain age you don't understand how mean you're being or how rude you're being.
Kids are mean.
Kids are mean, but that's because they're honest.
Yeah.
And so I think the honesty that I had as a kid was like only amongst kids. Like with adults, I wasn't like, your breath stinks. Like it was just like, you clearly drink coffee.
So you had tact already as a child. Like you knew what you were doing then.
I understood.
You understood, yeah.
Yeah, but I was super polite. I think my parents instilled like, yes ma'am, no sir.
Yeah.
And those things, and I treated like the adults like adults, and I treated the kids like kids.
See, I feel like I treated kids like kids. I mean, again, I was super short, number one.
Same.
So yeah, I was 4'11" as a freshman.
Oh, wasn't that short?
Yeah. I was 4'11" as a freshman in high school, which is insane to even think about. But like, I think that played a part with like how witty I was at an early age. I was so small that my defense was probably my mouth always. So like, and pause. I mean, damn it. What the fuck is you on, bro? We've been in New York for a week and we get back. Now you paused and everything?
I didn't.
You looked at me and genuinely paused.
I didn't say a word.
The nigga paused his face. He was like, nigga, I ain't gonna move until you pause that. No, but yeah, I feel like I was, quick-witted, and I was like the guy that would talk a whole bunch of shit.
You had to be though when you were short.
Which I did it in everything I did. I was also in sports. That carried a level of confidence with me in sports. I talked shit on the basketball court, on the baseball field. So I think I wasn't able to always turn it off and on as a kid, like because I was having, like you said, I was having conversations with my family and all the adults and stuff. I was able to be, smart and mean too. You know what I mean? Like I'm above you in that way already because you're just doing this amongst kids. I'm doing this amongst kids and adults. So when I got to school, and grammar school was different because I went to an all-black grammar school. So our
elementary?
Elementary, I'm sorry. We say grammar in Chicago.
What is middle school to you then?
Ain't no middle, it's all grammar. It's all grammar school, then high school.
So pre-K, kindergarten?
We won't even talk about none of that stuff. It's just grammar school. All that's included.
In grammar.
It's just all grammar school in my ear.
Grandma or grammar?
Grammar. Come on, what is this? What is this? I got a code switch? I said it on code switch, bro. I told you.
It was just funny.
Talk about this show.
Grandma.
Grammar school. Is that better? In grammar school.
Not grammar school.
Yeah, it sound weird now.
In grammar school?
Yeah.
That's when you're Sterling.
But no, my teachers used to somewhat like roast us back. Like we would joke, and I had a teacher named Mr. T. Mr. T.
Any teacher that has just an initial is
just an initial. He wild, huh?
He was a PE teacher, wasn't he?
He was, yes, a PE teacher. He did more than just PE, but he was a PE teacher. And like let's say we roasted him, he was the first person that would get to it every time. That's not what your mama said last night. I'm in 3rd grade, fam. What am I supposed to do with this information?
Call my mom.
Well, I did. We would tell her early on, and she would be like, you gotta roast them back, which is crazy to tell her to roast a teacher back. But from that, I think I just didn't, authority to me wasn't like, it was real within the confines of like staying safe in the neighborhood, like in my hood. But like when I was in school and stuff, I felt safe. So I was myself more like, so I would talk shit back to the teachers. I got in a lot of trouble for that. I got in a lot of trouble in high school for talking shit back to the teachers.
I wouldn't talk shit to the teachers. I would always admit to what I said and what I did wrong. I hated when a teacher said some shit that I didn't do because that would drive me crazy.
Yeah.
It's like, I admit everything. Why are you telling me some shit that I did that I didn't do? Like, that's some bullshit. Give me at least the 100% correct thing I did. Yeah, I did say this. Yeah, I did call them a bitch. But I didn't throw anything in the class. Don't do that. Like, I didn't like, that was my issue with authority is if I'm here, especially with my parents, I was so honest with my parents at a certain age because I owed it to them. They were always had my fucking back, no matter what happened.
Good kid right here, guys.
Solid. So because of that, it was like, I'll be honest with my mom, bro. My mom, everything that I did wrong or did right, I told my mom. When I smoked weed for the first time and I got in trouble for it, I told my mom, yes, I smoked weed. She was like, fuck. Like, she was just like, what? At that point, there was 2 ways for her to go. There was one way to be like super like, you should never, and that would make me, I think, go the opposite way and continue to smoke. But because she wasn't so harsh on me and she was like, okay, you shouldn't do that. I don't like that you do that, but I can't control and make every decision for you. You're gonna make your own decisions. Her instilling that trust in me was so helpful because it made me make better decisions. My mom gave me a leash that was super loose and I could go do whatever the fuck I wanted to do to a certain degree. And if I got too far, she would yank the leash and be like, we discussed where you can go with this. Why are you doing more than you're supposed to be able to do? So I think.
Because I gotta try it. I mean, for me, I grew up in the polar opposite of home.
You didn't smoke before you were 18?
Both my parents pastors. I didn't smoke until I was like 28. I smoked weed till I was 28. I didn't drink till I was like 23, 24. So I never.
Just making sure you crossed that line.
Yeah, I didn't drink in college. I was in college for a year. I didn't have one drink.
I didn't drink when I was on tour when I was younger out of responsibility for the other people with me or smoke. That's another thing. Was God forbid we got in trouble. I'm 17 years old on the tour bus and drinking on here, everybody going to jail. So I think another thing was the responsibility I had for everyone else around me to keep them safe.
Yeah, my parents didn't smoke or drink or do anything. So I just never saw it either in my home for me to be like, I want to smoke or drink.
My father didn't smoke or drink. My mother would drink wine on occasions. My grandfather drank beers. My mom would have a beer every once in a while.
Yeah.
But my mom, after she got sick in 2004, after chemo would smoke weed. And so I remember the first time I found weed at the crib and was like, gotta tell my mom.
Yeah.
Call mom like, Mom, there's weed up here. You know what I mean? Like that's what the nigga I was at 11. And then at 12 when weed was offered to me, I was like, well, I don't know, let me try it.
Yeah,
I tried that shit at school for the first time.
Yeah, my friends used to try to get me to smoke all the time. And
Peer pressure.
Again, so 28, and I was like, I'm good. And then finally, I was just like, I went through some stuff in my life, and I was like, you know what, I'll smoke. And I was like, actually, this is great for a person like me. My brain actually could use something like this. This is amazing. But yeah, I didn't smoke or drink. I wasn't approved. Again, I think I was one of the dudes on the basketball team, baseball
in
team.
Chicago, y'all weed was buns. I know that sounds crazy, but in LA,
it's not even. I mean, maybe, but it's not even about that. It's about just growing up around crackheads. In my head, like
valid,
you
smoking
could just
was
be
crack.
a crackhead. You just gonna be a crackhead, fam. So like, I just didn't want to be a crackhead. I just knew, like, it starts.
Do you have any crackheads in your family?
In my absolutely, absolutely.
That sounds like a ridiculous question, but I truly mean that.
That is not a ridiculous question. Like, I got my parents come from 9 siblings and 8 siblings. So 17 of them all together.
Somebody got to smoke crack.
So somebody got to do crack. You know what I mean? That's just math. That's just probability at that point. Somebody gonna do crack.
Somebody got to.
So yeah, we had a couple crackheads for sure. I don't want to call them crackheads. They still aunties and uncles. But
they aunties and uncles who smoke crack.
Yeah. That's different than a crackhead.
What would you call that?
My auntie and uncle that did crack. That's what I call it. But
rock relative.
Huh? A rock relative. That's man. Most of them are not here anymore, so it's hard to like, cause the crack won too. You didn't ask me, but the crack won. So,
rock in peace.
Yeah, here we are, guys. You're fine. You didn't do it.
I said rock in peace.
You didn't give them the crack. Oh, rock in peace. I didn't even hear that part. That's insane.
I've stopped smoking weed for 60 days, like a year ago or 8 months ago.
How was that? Cause you don't drink either, right?
I drink on occasions. I think for me, drinking, the issue I have with it is just like I don't feel great after. And so anything that like takes you out of the day, the next day I feel like it's kind of stupid.
It is.
So,
yeah.
and yeah, I can have like a casual drink every once in a while, but I used to like, I was a party boy.
You know, I've never had a hangover.
Oh, so that's why
I've never once in my life had a hangover.
Have you ever gotten drunk?
Yeah, I get drunk. I just wake up. I don't know how. Like I'm wired to still get up. I can be drunk and wake up, if that makes sense. I can still be drunk when I wake up. I've never been like, I can't get out of it, headache or something like that.
I think
like,
that's what I face enough, so it's taken like days out of my life and I just don't want to give it that anymore. But yeah, if I'm having a celebratory situation, I'll have a drink or two.
Yeah.
Or I will get wasted with the homies at a wedding. Like my homies' weddings, I always end up drunk crying. I'm the nigga who cries.
Drunk crying.
I'm the nigga who cries and be like, you my best friend, dog. I'm so proud of you, dog. But I'm not like annoying about it.
Do you cry sober?
Yeah.
Okay, just making sure you cry.
I do cry in a lot of TV shows and movies.
Oh, that's the only time you cry? Is through TV shows and you don't even know the motherfuckers.
No, I don't cry. Like I'm not somebody who's really sad. I know that's gonna sound kind of crazy.
You gotta be sad to cry?
Oh, you mean out of enjoyment?
But you could just like be.
When I get
you
really
can be in a
excited,
moment. You can be feeling something and cry.
When I get really excited, I tear up no matter what. If I get excited about some shit, no matter what I do, I can't hide it. My eyes will water.
But something can't just move you without being like sad necessarily. Like sometimes I hate to go back to social media. Sometimes I'll be on like a TikTok or something and I'll see a video that I'm like, okay, this is a very moving video, I get. And then I feel a tear coming down and I'm like, oh, that's that bullshit right here.
No, like the last time I cried was recently. I was watching The Bear episode 7 or 8, I think. And there's a moment, I hate to ruin it for somebody, but Lionel has this thing with his father. And I think it's also about seeing people I know. So it's watching him in that show made me tear up because of the relationship I have with him as a person, where I'm like, that's my dog. So to see him in a situation that was like, I don't like to see him in, like where it's like uncomfortable for him or like they're being mean to him, it will make me emotional because I can't do anything about it.
So you're a better friend than me. Like I have friends that act and stuff. I'm able to like watch the project and watch everything, but I'm also like, that's my boy that's right next to me right now, or like that's like, yeah. So for me, it's like I've seen Mike in a million movies, and I don't know if I've ever cried in any of them. I think Fruitville.
You cried in Fruitville?
Well, that nigga was downstairs. We lived together. He was downstairs. He had just brought it home on DVD, and I watched it upstairs in the living room. So I watched it like he downstairs. So I was crying just at the idea of it, but not like, oh, I'm boo-hooing. I couldn't watch it.
I cry more out of
way.
enjoyment than anything. Like if I see my sister perform a certain song, I cry every time. When T has won awards, I've teared up for sure. Anytime I get to see somebody accomplish and live their dream, I think that's when I tear up. It's because it's the most amazing thing in the world. That's what everything is about, is somebody achieving their dream. All this shit we do, everything we want, it's all bullshit. To watch somebody achieve what they've been focused on doing and get whatever it is they've been after, that's like why we cry, I think.
So seeing that you said that, like you can cry for other people and them, you know, living their dreams. Do you cry for yourself in your dreams? Have you been able to be present enough to cry for yourself in moments of like, no, I mean, you know what I mean? Like, because to me, I don't feel like I get to like really enjoy things. I feel like
I guess for me, a part of it is like, this is gonna sound maybe a little brutal, but I'm very tough on myself. I don't think anything I've done thus far has made me feel like I've accomplished enough.
I feel the same way.
You know?
I get it, yeah.
It's like nothing I'm like, this was everything I put into it. I'm sure like if I get a script made or something, I'll cry. But outside of that, I think the things I've done, I've accomplished a good amount of things. I feel very grateful and thankful for the things I've been able to do and accomplish. None of it has brought me a tear yet.
Okay.
I think that's fine.
Yeah, I think that's fine too.
So you've been married, how long have you been married?
Going on a year, basically, yeah.
So you got married a year ago?
Something like that, yeah.
Okay, just was wondering. I didn't get invited to your wedding or anything.
I didn't invite anyone to my wedding.
Really?
It was just me, my wife, my mom, my dad married us, and then Zane.
So you got married post-COVID, you didn't tell me.
I didn't tell anybody, no. I still want to have like a big reception thing here, like in a party thing, but like, you know, my wife doesn't have a big family. I have a huge family. I didn't want to put her in a position also.
I didn't think about that.
To like, yeah, like my wife, yeah, both her parents have passed already. So it's like super just her and Zane. So I didn't want to put her in a position to be like, we both get it 125 apiece. Your list looking a little light over there, baby. I got some extras that want to get in. I didn't want to put it. That's what I'm saying. I didn't want to put her in that position. But like, we still do want to throw like a reception. And then people always say that you don't really get to enjoy your wedding like that.
True.
Because you're trying to just be a politician for the day, walk around, kiss babies, shake hands. Thank you for being here. And I wanted to really enjoy the day with my friends and throw something. So we still have plans to throw something more at one of our anniversaries, either this year or at the next anniversary.
If like your closest homie was like, I think your wife is annoying. Or
annoying?
Or just anything like that was, if they spoke, not I don't want to say bad, but they were just like, man, she's not the one for you. They said something like that. How would that make you feel?
For me personally, I don't think, I'm too sure of myself, and I don't think I would let anyone, like, you can tell me what you believe.
What if it's like your closest boy? Like, what if it's your right
My
hand?
best friend.
If he pulled you aside, was like, let me let you know something, bro. That's not the one for you.
My best friend never said that, but we've had discussions about my relationship beforehand and stuff, and like, for me, it's like, he knows, like, all my friends know about me. You can have whatever opinion you want. I'm the nigga that sways around here.
Pause.
No, that's not. That's not. I'm not even letting the nigga that sways?
Pause.
How is that plausible?
All right, bet. Never mind, continue.
He was in New York for 5 days, and this nigga come back pausing everything. And before we got there, he told me he did not pause.
Bro, we pause here.
I've tried to pause here, and you looked at me like, we don't do that.
No, it was depending if somebody's like sharing something deep, pause. But in that situation,
This nigga is, somebody fucked him up in the head out there. Somebody paused some shit and made you be like this.
I sway. Like,
Well, I'm more saying like, I'm the
saying.
friend that people will go to and ask their opinion in that way. For me, you could tell me your opinion and I definitely would take that in, but I don't know if I'll let somebody make a decision completely for me. Even if you're my best friend. Because my best friend to me is, you're my best friend, but even you don't know every single thing. My mom doesn't get that. Like, I think it's weird when people are like, oh, my mom don't like her, I can't date her. I'm like, that's you and your mom got
it's
some
a
weird
very
relationship.
interesting thing.
Like,
I had this
that's your business.
conversation with my homie Jay, but we were talking about relationships and he was saying like, your girl ends up knowing you better than anybody else, better than your mom, better than your homie. So like, God forbid.
Your wife is your real family. That's the only chosen family you have.
God
Everybody else
forbid
is
you
just,
pass away, right? God forbid anybody passes away. And they've been talking about when they died to their girl, when I die, I want to get buried in a green suit. The whole time they're saying that.
Yeah.
Then your mom, you pass, your mom is like, you know what? he's gonna be buried in a black suit. It's like, well, that's not what he wanted. And that becomes a conflict between those two people. But I'm saying like, the relationship.
I say you dead. Like the suit don't really matter.
Of course
I'm
not.
joking.
But it's that like, it's that conversation about who knows you better almost.
Your girl, the person you're. Again, I'm
your
not,
girl and your best friend know you
not-
better than your mom because they spend more time with you after a certain age.
And then I still feel like, I mean, you've told a story on here and said how close you were to your mom and your dad and how you could be so transparent with them and everything. I don't know if everyone's relationship is exactly like that with their parents.
Valid.
I don't know if your parents actually even know the real version of you as a child, let alone adult when you go live on your own. So then to me, if like you're building something with someone, I heard somebody say this before and I think it's hilarious, but like your siblings are just, because your parents agreed to fuck again. They just agreed to keep fucking. That's it. Other than that, like you didn't agree to anything with them. You can and you should have a good relationship with your siblings. You have the same DNA and stuff, but you don't owe that to them. The only person you owe something to is the person you're building a life with and yourself to build that life with that person away. So like I do value my friends' opinions and stuff, but I also would never be the person that gave someone the advice that you shouldn't be with this person. I may tell you, hey, this thing, how does that work for you if like you're so like outgoing and she doesn't let you be outgoing? I may say something or ask a question. After you answer that question, I'm gonna have all the rest of the answers. After you tell me, you can tell me like, oh, well, that don't bother me. I'm like, she already got them, it's over with. Ain't no point in me telling you nothing else, brother. I don't have to sit here and shit on your girl for no reason because you've already made a decision.
Well, that's like another thing is like, imagine, I have a bunch of friends who are girls. Some of my closest friends are girls, and they've dated a bunch of guys. Through those times, you become friends with the guy that they date just purely based off time spent.
Yeah.
But at a certain point, you have to decide what conflicts you will bring up to your girl best friend about their guy. So like if I'm out and I'm with him out and he's talking to a girl I know that he should not be talking to, I don't go and tell her yet. I'll wait to see, if I see some concrete evidence of something, I'm like, I can't stand for this, then yeah. But a part of me has to let that relationship be its own. Because if I go say something and they end up still staying together, that nigga can manipulate, say whatever the fuck he needs to say to get me out of there.
And then you gotta know, I have a lot of female friends who like, they'll pick certain guys and they'll ask me what I think. I look them dead in the face
and gotta be honest.
I'd be like, you don't give a fuck what I think. You pick the same dude every time. A nigga that's gonna cheat on you and treat you with disrespect, you don't give a fuck what I think. Don't play this game with me and act like, oh, what do you think about him? I think he gonna cheat on you too. I don't like that. What the fuck we talking about? Like, that's not what you really want from me. You don't want the truth, so do what you wanna do until you're ready for it.
I think, advice is given to people who, you can give advice to anybody, it's on them to take it.
Yeah.
It's, okay, for instance, I had a homie who dated somebody who I just wasn't a fan of as a person.
Okay.
They acted in ways that I was just like, this is crazy. But I did not communicate that. Instead, I told my homies around being like, are we on the same page? And they're all like, we're on the same page.
Oh, yeah.
And that understanding, I think, was like nice to know that I can discuss that with my homies, but you just have to let your homie go through the trials and tribulations of relationships.
Yeah.
Because they deal with that shit at home. I don't gotta deal with shorty. Oh, we're outside eating, Oh, she's with me. I just paid the bill, brother. I gotta go home. Yeah. Like that's how I would operate rather than being like, come on, come join it. No, I gotta go. I'm actually busy as of 10 seconds ago once you told me that you're with so-and-so said person.
Yeah. Everybody ain't that way though, at all.
In which way?
I was saying like to be like, okay, let me get up out of here from the idea of you being with so-and-so person. I also don't get it. I don't know. I just don't feel like I don't get involved. Maybe I just don't have good relationships with people in general, but I don't get involved in people's business too much. That's not like my business. Like I would hate to be the dude that be like, oh, I saw your dude out here or this girl out here cheating, and I tell my dude and he go back and kill her, and I'm like, oh shit. Oh shit, I could have probably kept that to myself.
But I think it's an obligation for you to protect the people you care about. So in that situation, like, yeah, for my homies specifically, if a girl's cheating, I'm telling, because that's a little different to me mentally. While I know that sounds crazy, a dude cheating to me is almost more expected than a woman cheating. And I know that's probably the wrong thing.
No, we're here on the shop. Apparently we have only men watching us. It's fine to say that I do agree with you. I do think that, this might be an old saying, but I do think that when women cheat, they like the next nigga.
It's an emotional
thing. They genuinely are
I feel like a dude will cheat and it'll purely be like, all right, I'm done.
Yeah, and right after he might be like, oh my God, that was stupid. Like, I think men are that stupid, where they can make a decision in that moment and be like, oh my God, I should have did that. Versus a girl, I feel like normally she's like, I've been actually spending time and getting to know this dude who is better than you. And that's why I'm cheating on you with him. And that's like, to me, a little more fucked up because, you know, you're emotionally cheating as well. But at the end of the day, everybody be cheating. That's why I don't give people business.
Would you date your homie's ex?
Date my homie's ex, his actual ex-girl? Yeah. No. I smashed a whole bunch of the homies like ex-girls they talk to, but I look at that like it's the same thing. If that's not my girl, that's a person. She has every right to her vagina. She can make a decision that she wants to make. That's not my decision to make for you and tell you can't fuck her. No, I don't want you fucking her. Apparently she let you fuck.
I dated a girl after my homie had dated her, but so many years apart, and I didn't know they dated until me and her started talking.
Did you really not know?
No, I really didn't know.
Okay.
So at that point, I was then like, it was like I was in too deep.
Yeah, you liked her and shit.
Literally.
Because sometimes, look, so I tell people that we live in Hollywood, number one. And
somebody go smack your girl.
Yeah, and it's so small. Like, Hollywood is so small, people feel like it's so much bigger than it is. And they be like, wow, all the celebrities date the same girl. She's like, number one, that girl show that she can be loyal to a dude in this circumstance, in this situation. So he at least knows, hey, this girl has loyalty. And if we can be real here, a bro clock is right twice a day. Sometimes these niggas pick good. They pick the girls you meet her, you're like, I understand exactly why you got wife. You're an amazing young lady. And this.
To the homie that fumbled.
Yeah, you like, hey.
Thank you.
But don't get mad at that. It's gonna happen, you know?
I think now the older I get, the more that I realize relationships are not about outside noises. When you're young and you're in your teenage years, it's about, you know, your friends this, your friends that, your homies and this. Your homies and your girl at a certain age are like one world. And then at like 30 years old, that shit kind of starts to go like this.
Yeah.
As it should be.
As it should be.
My homies come to my house a bunch. Me and my girl live together. My homies are at my house all the time. My homies are an extension of me, specific ones.
Yeah.
Because of that, I need them to be okay with her, if that makes sense. I need their relationship to be good.
Yeah.
I can't have a girl who's like complaining about my homies and vice versa. I need my homies to like be like, oh, your girl's coming? Great. Not like, oh, your girl's coming, all right. Like, I think that is what it becomes to me now as an adult, is I don't want anybody to look at what I got coming to be like, oh my fucking God, this gotta bring shorty with them.
Yeah, I mean, I'm always with my girl, so I definitely feel that, and it can feel tough at times. So you're like, oh, my boys like my girl, but also I'm like, it's cool if you like my girl, but also it's not your, it's not like, you don't need to love her the same way I love her. I love her.
No.
You know?
I think my three closest homies, since we all have girlfriends, I more need the girls to be good.
That's always tough too when your boys don't got.
Woo, boy, nothing's worse than when a homie brings a girl around, you like, fuck.
But that happens though, because your girl will bring around her girlfriends who have boyfriends, and you be like, I wouldn't hang out with these dudes normally, but I'm doing it for my girl in this moment. So I look at the same thing vice versa. I'm like, you might not, want to hang around my friends or feel like these ain't your cup of tea, but I hang around your girlfriends, they're not my cup of tea necessarily. Or maybe they are. Maybe both of them are. I don't know.
Her girlfriends are cool. I fuck with her girlfriends. They the homies.
She got different friends for different, like most of us.
They all defend me is what I've learned. They're all on my team no matter what. That was the biggest lesson where we got into one time and I spoke to one of them. They was like, don't worry, she just tripping. I was like,
damn.
Thank God.
Let me tell you some other shit she tripping out. You think that was something?
Bro, that shit is so important to me. Those are like, how I grew up here, my dad has no siblings in America. My mom only has one sister, so a lot of my aunts and uncles are just homies of theirs.
Okay.
So because of that, I look at all that as like a thing.
It is.
I grew up in like a friend group. My parents had a huge friend group, and I grew up within that with their kids and whatever. And because that's like, now I have all these random cousins who I'm not really related to, and all these random aunts and uncles who have no blood relation or marriage relation to me, but they're family.
That's us. Like I said, my family had a big family, but either they live on the south side, lived in a different city or somewhere, so I didn't hang out with all my family. They all lived in Chicago. We only had like one or two of my aunties or uncles that we really were around. Other than that, it's just a whole bunch of made up uncles and aunties and stuff. It's my godmama, it's this person.
Do white people have that? I know that sounds
No.
like a joke, but
Y'all do?
kind of.
We got some whites in the room just
What,
in
we
case at
have-
home y'all don't know what's going on. Y'all got some of
One.
that? Y'all do? Like fake cousins and stuff? Really?
Yeah, uncles and aunts.
Uncles, you might be a little black though, I don't know. You got some shit going on there. You got some shit going on there. I got to know you a lot more today. That was great. No, I'm being serious, man. We don't get to be on this show all the time and just talk. You know, we talk on the phone at home and stuff, but it's different here at the shop, man. I
We
appreciate it.
do talk a lot on the
Felt
phone.
good.
I realize. I FaceTime Steelo a bunch. One time I FaceTime Steelo very recently. We were on the phone and just cut out of nowhere. I was like, I guess the nigga phone died. So I called him 10 minutes later. I was like, you good? He was like, yeah, my internet cut out. I don't know what's going on. And while we're on the phone, I hear all these sirens going off in the background. And I'm just thinking in my head, whatever, he gets off the phone, and I know where Steelo lives, so I'm on an app called Watch Duty.
Oh yeah, and then you text me. Yeah,
I hit him like, bro, it's a fire, I think, right by your crib. And he's like, it's fire on my block. And it was like, oh shit.
Yeah, no, he's not even wrong.
That's what being a good friend
That
is.
is what being a good
it's
friend
like
is.
being like, yo, it's something that's in the back of my mind that I'm like, yo, let me make sure that they understand or they know something.
That's
Okay,
crazy. I did take that and was like, yo, Taco a real nigga, cause like, I only got like 3 texts during that time, and you were one of them. I was like, damn, it really is.
I sent you
on my block.
screenshots.
Yeah,
I
you
was
were like, I think it's getting closer. It moved, you was like, it moved from 2 acres to 8 acres in 5 minutes. That don't seem good.
That's what friends are for, bro.
Yeah,
Friends
real
are there to
shit.
get you when you don't got yourself. And I think a lot of people look at friendships as transactional, especially now with how life works. But I think transactions are like not always for profit. It's like, bro, I just want to help out if I can, and if I can't, I can't. And then also there's the conversations that you have with your homies that are tougher to have or just like not normal to have. Emotional conversations. Like I think me and my friends over the past few years have learned to be able to have these deeper conversations and be like, this is how I feel. This is why I feel like this. And sharing with each other, I think.
So important.
Yeah.
So important for men, especially, because you don't find those safe spaces in general for people to be like, oh, you can really come in here and say exactly how you feel. You see so many men online talking about even being in relationships, and they'll say how they're in a relationship but still feel unheard. They feel like, oh, I have no one to communicate with. You're in a whole ass relationship. So I think it is important to have those relationships with your friends where you're like, I can confide in you. I can tell you about this real thing that's going on in my life. Because niggas do be suffering. I be suffering. I feel like people suffer.
I think everybody does, and nobody try. I think men especially hide it and don't speak about it. Because I've done therapy for so long, have understood like how to communicate about how I feel without making somebody else feel a certain way. I think a lot of times somebody communicates how they feel, and another person takes it as like, oh, I did something wrong. It's like, no, you've done nothing wrong. This is how I feel. And yeah, my friend group, I'm in a group text I've been in for 10 years. 12 years now, since I was like 18 or 19, since iPhones had group text. And it's been the same boys from then. We've all lived different lives. 2 have had kids, 2 have been married. And these things we've learned to, how do I say this? We've learned to conversate about the things that are deeper in life rather than just always making jokes in the group text and sending memes. And I think that's really important to have a group of people who you can go back to.
I don't even have a meme group no more. I'm not doing this right, guys. I used to have a meme group at least. I don't even have that. I mean, I have like random group chats, but for the most part, it's just like my 2 best friends and then my family over here. But other than that, I don't know if I have a whole bunch of just like random group texts.
I don't have a whole bunch of random group texts. I have.
Well, even that, I mean, I feel like I give you credit too from being out here and living out here. There is a benefit to that and privilege to that because you're like, oh, I got to grow these dudes from high school and still be, and even before that, and still be here. Versus my high school friends, I still love them, I talk to them, but like we've had so many years apart that it's like, I don't even know who you are today.
I've known all these dudes since I was 12 or 13. I'm the youngest. It's me, Tyler, Lionel, Jasper, Nakel Smith, Errol, Chris, Big Cam.
Man, no, Big Cam's still around, huh?
Shut the fuck up.
Okay. Don't know me.
Jeff, and Matt. Matt has had the biggest growth. He went from like designing at Louis Vuitton, very random for a dude from LA, but designed at Louis, started directing movies and started writing music. And now he has, I think, 3 number 1s under his belt.
Love it.
But that's like one of those things where you get to watch your homies grow into these different people that you never would have thought they'd become. And I think that's what friends are for.
That's what friends are for. That's what friends are for. So for our time here at the shop, guys, that's what friends are for. Hug somebody.
Thank you guys for coming. See you next Monday.
Yeah.